Chapter 3. Take responsibility. Let's go. Guys, by the way, prepare your notebook because you have to, you have to take all the notes. So prepare your notebook and let's start. Okay, guys, let's start. I had to do some settings. Shaping your mental environment. So guys, this here is the gem. Like basically here it says how can you structure yourself as a successful trader. For example, if you have willingness and desire to learn your for your passion to be successful, but if the willingness and desire to learn are your primary tools, then what is your medium? Here it basically explained. An artist creating a sculpture can choose to work in a number of mediums, clay, marble, or metal, for example. But if you want to create a new version of your personality that expresses itself as a consistently successful trader, you have only your beliefs and attitudes. So the way this guy Mark Douglas he created this book, it is his lifetime work. Like so he did put lot of work in this book, and we can see it, bro. Like the information, the amount of this the grand knowledge in this book is so immense. Like if somebody reads all this book, he can achieve that dream, not dream but reality. And for example, there are so many things. Like for here it says that mental structure, if you trade without like a fear, what separates from successful trader and normal like unsuccessful trader are a successful trader have virtually eliminated the effect of fear and recklessness from their trading. These two fundamental characteristics allow them to achieve consistent result. When you acquire this mindset, you too will be able to trade without fear. You will no longer be susceptible to a multitude of fear-based errors. So this is basically like the amount of knowledge in this book is so immense. Like most of you guys are thinking like my English is bad, okay? Like I have, as you know, I live in Spain, and my accent, like Spanish accent and that English accent, like they don't match. So my maybe sometime I will talk little bit bad in English, but don't matter it, okay? Don't worry about that. But I can explain way better than most people. Let's start. Okay, guys, what I learned throughout this is that, like most of the traders, they like the other half is the need to develop restraint. Excellent traders have learned that it is essential to have internal discipline or a mental mechanism to counteract the negative effect of euphoria or the overconfidence that comes from the string of winning trades. For a trader, winning is extremely dangerous. If you haven't learned how to monitor and control yourself, if we start from the premise to that to create a consistency, trader must focus their effort on developing a trader mindset, then it is easy to see why so many traders don't succeed. Instead of learning to think like traders, they think about how they can make more money by learning about the markets. It's almost impossible to not to fall into this trap. There are a number of psychological factors that make it very easy to assume that it's what you don't know about the markets that causes your losses, that causes your losses and lack of consistent result. Guys, like each like so fascinating. Like each paragraph and each pages of this book is so good for like in the trading way that we think the psychological and so, this book is so good. Like I will highly recommend if you can read this book. You can download it from anywhere. It's completely free. You got bunch of PDF in the internet throughout whole this. You can just search Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, free PDF. You can find it anywhere in the internet. And if you want to buy the book, I think they got bunch of book to buy in in Amazon or different shopping, or you can buy even second hand. They got bunch of things. Like this book is the gem. We got gem here, bro. Okay, okay, let's start. So guys, this is the chain we got, bro. So obviously, here it says that overall, overall, like the people who enter for the first time in the trade, when they put first trade and they win, they put another, they win, they win, they win, they win. The fear of putting other trade become nothing. Like they don't fear nothing, and is subsequent with convince them that there is nothing to fear then, and that trading is the easiest possible way to make money. This lack of fear translates into carefree state of mind, similar to the state of mind many great athletes describe as a zone. If you ever had the occasion to experience the zone in some sport, then you know. Like I think this is basically a pointing at the flow state. Like the flow state is where when you are doing some like your favorite sport, and you basically get so mesmerized in that sport that you, for example, I used to play football. Like sometime I used to enter the flow state where I would not care who is outside of the football ground. I will just pure focus inside the the football camp, and inside, like, I will not get tired nor nothing. My performance will get will my performance will much more greater than the other time I was playing without flow state. Like flow state, basically, it's talking about flow state. Let's read. Guys, this is the gem we got here. Where it's basically explaining that a normal person who just came into the world of finance, the world of trading, when he puts first trade, he wins. He puts second, he wins. He wins. Less, but he wins. And he start to think that trading is the easiest job in the world. And his his mind has absolutely no fear, and like the state of mind which has no fear. He has the same mind as a great athlete who has no fear of losing. So basically these people who just came into trading world, they have the same mindset as the successful trader who has the winning attitude, and a they have no fear putting trade. They have no fear in putting trade, and these at the same time can be blessing, but at the same kind it can be curse, because if you are a trader, you are like winning, 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 and if you take one bad trade and everything you want just goes like this, evaporate, then you're gonna get depressed as hell and you want to win more money, and you will put more money. Like at the same kind it can be good, and psychological way it can be bad also, because you may be forcing yourself to waste more money without rules, without any 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 laws. Like you don't have any kind of psychology mindset. And like I was same as the person he's explaining. I used to win a lot of at the first. Later, what happened? I lost one trade, and that one specific trade blew my whole account, and it basically crashed my mental state. So watch out this kind of thing that will happen to some of you who are starting trading. If you really want to start trading, just do demo trading for a month. We will also, throughout this series, we will do demo trading. Maybe at the sixth half of the 6 month, we will do demo trading, and later, after we are successful in the demo trading, I will probably buy some funded account. Okay, so let's go. So guys, here is it's basically explaining the risks of not accepting and risks of not preparing yourself mentally and psychologically way. And it's just based slaying the story of the guy who had the winning rates and what will happen when you experience the losses the losses of trade which he hadn't anticipated it, and which he didn't thought that market will go in different way than he thought that he it will go in his way. That's the first pain, emotional pain that he's gonna suffer. And furthermore, maybe if he doesn't make himself more confidence and learning different kind of thing, then he will probably be losing. Let's start the Guys, what we learned here is that like throughout when we are child, basically child, we are bombarded with different kind of emotion, happy, sad, crying, sad, like so many kind of different emotion. People with power, people with more power than us, they inflict the damage, the pain to us in a such a way, such a smart way, that they will let you think that the problem is you, instead of letting you think what happened, what kind of thing happened for you to process this kind of emotion. uh, they let you think that the problem is you, and the same way we reflect this kind of emotion in the market is that we think that the market is the problem, or the instead of saying market is the problem, you should think what did you do wrong. That's the thing that is trying to explain this thing trying to explain to us. Let's move to last page. This is gonna be last page. Find a way to recognize the difference between the social norms you grew up with and the way the market works. You will continue to project your hopes, dream, and desire onto the market, believing it's going to do something for you. When it doesn't, you feel angry, frustrated, emotionally distraught, and betrayed. Taking responsibility means acknowledging and accepting at the deepest part of your identity that you, not the market, are completely responsible for your success or failure as a trader. Granted, the market purpose is to separate you from your money, but in the process of doing so, it also provides you with endless stream of opportunities for you to make for you to take money from it. Basically, the market is one, if one wins, other lost money. It's the game of winning and losing. And basically, trader means that we are pulling from those trillions of dollars that is moving around that market. Little percentage, boom. Like this is what trades mean. That we want some of those fruit from those endless fruits. Let's move. Let's read more. Guys, this is for right now. We're gonna read up to like page 43, trading in the zone. Tomorrow we're gonna read page 44 to page 52. So that's basically for today, a trading in the zone. And